Good evening and welcome to another episode of Sip and Chat. How you guys doing? Everyone doing good? Everyone feeling as good as they look? Or everyone feeling as good as I look? This outfit was made by Lilio, and I'm always excited whenever Lilio comes in the picture because we gel, we mesh. She understands my style and she always delivers. So thank you, Lilio. And I told you, Lilio Designs on Instagram, at lilio.designs on Instagram. Follow, like, and give her business. That's why she's supporting me, okay? Thank you very much to AfriCell, our main sponsors, for being a part of Sip and Chat. We really appreciate it. It is always beautiful to see AfriCell stepping out and supporting the young people because that's what they're known for. And you know, being a former staff of AfriCell, seeing that they're really behind my show makes me so happy. So thank you to AfriCell. And the best internet service provider in the entire country, iNet. Don't sleep on iNet, guys. I know I've been singing it, I know I've been talking about it, but it's true. I'm not lying. You guys know, whenever I tell you, whenever I put you on, it's real. It's never fake, okay? Thank you to Kalimba, as you can see. My handsome waiter just brought our mocktail, so thank you very much. Thank you to Kalimba for lending me this space every time I need it for the show. We are truly grateful. My entire team and I, we're really, really grateful. Thank you for being a part of this journey. You know, I'm a happy girl, mashallah. And today, I have a guest that I feel like we will all learn about together. You know, usually that's how it is, but this is very different. And I'm very excited because it's a different conversation. And just tell everyone who you are. Before I get into it, tell everyone who you are. Welcome to Sip and Chat.
Thank you. My name is Moddz and I'm a Gambian born and raised, and I have a nickname called Moddz that everyone knows me by, so in case anyone's wondering. And I'm 26 years old.
Okay. Yeah. You said born and raised, so you were born and raised in Gambia?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Born and raised here, yeah.
When did you move?
When I was 10, almost 11. I moved to London.
How has that been like?
It was great. It was fantastic. Great opportunities, of course. And but at the time, it was a big change. You know, having to come from a place like here and then going over there to have change of climate, everything. But yeah, settled well. Yeah.
Settled well.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll get so much into the conversation of why he's on the show, and I'm so curious about his brand and business, and I think it's so interesting because I'm a lover of his business.
Thank you.
So I think that's why I was so excited when I was told about him. But thank you and welcome to Sip and Chat.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. I'm happy you're here. Now, we're about to get into the show proper. I need to find out every single detail about this guy. I don't know if they've told you about Sip and Chat.
I've heard a few things. I've done my research on YouTube.
Have you?
Yes, I have, yes.
Okay,
that's
good to know. That's good to know. That's good to know. Well, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
You good?
Yes, I'm in Gambia. How can I not be well?
And
so,
you love Gambia. I
love
can
it.
tell.
I love it. Like
I can tell.
Yeah, when I'm here, I just love being here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been here for now?
I haven't been counting the days. I think it's about coming up to a month now. Yeah, I've traveled once for a week for some business and I came back. But I've been here for about a month now, yeah.
Okay. So tell us, outside of Moddz, the guy that, was born and raised here but traveled, now you have become this sensation when it comes to sneakers.
Yes.
Trainers, like the UK people would call it.
Yeah.
You know, and that piqued my interest because you hardly ever see that. And you being as young as you are, and from what I've been told and the research I've done, it's such a big and successful business, mashallah, for
Thank you very much. Yes.
Just walk me through what that has been like and how you started.
It was, don't even know where to begin. I was at university, just like, any Gambian parent's dream, I guess, send their kids to university, go get a degree, and I was studying biomedical science, so it was a very respected degree, basically. But whilst I was there, I just realized it wasn't my passion, to be very honest with you. I was good at it, I was really good at the studying and all of that kind of stuff, etc. But I realized that I was lacking the passion in the industry of biomed, so I just stumbled across some friends of mine who were like sleeping outside a store. It's gonna sound bizarre, but seriously, yes, people literally laying outside in a tent outside a store for shoes. And I just asked them, what are they doing? And they said they were waiting for Kanye West's new trainers. And I was already a fan of trainers. I just loved wearing them. But at the time, I really had no money to be spending money on trainers, you know what I'm saying, etc. So I just said, oh, okay, good luck to you guys. I walked away. Came back the next day and they were still there. So it was like, okay, my interest is now like, why are these guys sleeping outside for so long, you know what I'm saying? And then I found out that these people buy these trainers for example, £150 and then resell them for about £600.
Wow.
So I just did the maths and I was like, okay, I'm going to take part in this. So that's how that journey started. Yeah, so it's a very long story, but yeah.
But that's why you're here,
And fast forward 5 years, I'm here now.
So you've been doing it 5 years.
Yeah, it's just coming up to 5 years now. Yeah,
wow.
Just coming up to 5 years.
And I've been told that you have containers and containers of this.
Yes.
Tell me.
The business grew crazy fast. In a short space. I don't think 5 years is a long time for the progress that we have made, and so yeah, alhamdulillah for that. But yeah, if I can just cut the story short, so I went to join in, took part in that. The first shoe I ever sold, I sold it for £550, and I paid £150 for it.
So you got £350.
So yeah, that's the kind of profit margins that was on these. So I realised the way to scale this was to start employing friends to come with me, so I can get multiple pairs of shoes, and that was the key, because the more you get, the more profit you'd make, and I would only pay them a certain percentage. And so we had brilliant people at uni who needed money, etc. So that's where that started. So yeah, I capitalized onto that, done a few more drops, saved money, reinvested back into my business. I used my student loan, which was very important at the time. So my parents were, thank God, because my parents were looking after like a lot of my rent whilst I was at uni, so I could risk the money for the student loan, So I just used my student loan to invest into the business, and thank God that all paid off. And then where it all went crazy was when the BBC took notice of what I was doing, and then they decided to like film an episode on it. So that's where that went.
So when that happened, how did that happen? Because the BBC, it's a big deal.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
and I am sure after that episode, everything just skyrocketed.
Yes. When they approached me, I had already been doing the business for about 2 years. So I had built quite a reputation in the place I was living, in Newcastle at the time. That's where I went to university. So I built a reputation. So they started to hear little bits about this new sensation of kids lining up outside for trainers and making a crazy amount of money from it, etc. So, they just came to find the guy who was making the most noise, I guess, in the industry, and that was me at the time at Newcastle. So it was overwhelming when she said that like she wants to, they wanted to film an episode on how the business works so that they can broadcast it to a wider audience, etc. And it's a humbling experience as well. But yeah, I had to thank God, because it literally just skyrocketed my business to another, from there.
So do you sell shoes? Who do you sell? Who's your usual market?
Well, when I first began, it's changed now. When I first began, it would be to just individual consumers. So anyone who wanted to buy the shoe. So because how the trainer industry works is, for instance, let's say there's a trainer release coming, there would only be a limited number of pairs, so maybe like a couple of thousand in the world. So the supply and demand is just, there's way too much demand for the supply there. So once the trainers are sold out, the price skyrockets. So if you didn't get a chance to buy them at the retail price when they first dropped, you have to pay someone like me who has them now the price. So it was all these guys that were unlucky, and then they would now have to come to me, unfortunately, and then I would charge them triple the price, etc. But it holds value. It's a good investment. So it holds value because you have something that nobody has, or not a lot of people have. So I was selling to consumers. The more pairs I started taking, the more pairs I started accumulating from these drops, the more I started to brandish to guys who were doing other things. So like I'd find like Chinese guys who used to buy bulk and ship to China. So I'll start doing like business to business deals rather than individual to consumer or business to consumer. So yeah, so it's changed from people that just want to wear the trainers to businesses that want to buy from me from a discount and then sell later on. Because actually the longer you hold on for the trainers, the more the value goes up. Usually the value goes up. So some of these guys, depending on the capital you have, they can buy hundreds of these, sit in them for about a year, and then they can literally triple what they've paid for it.
So when these pairs come out, like you said, it's still only a couple of thousands. How do you get direct? Do you have a direct link to, like, let's say the designers or the mains? How does that work? Because you being able to get like hundreds of them.
No, at first there is no connections to that. You have to build all of this yourself. I had to build every single connection I had myself. It was not easy. I had to sleep outside the stores like everyone else.
Really?
Yes, myself. I had to do that, and I did that for at least 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so it literally started off with me doing like the crazy dog work outside that no one wants to do. So once you do that, I started bringing more and more people into the business as they were working under myself. So, that's how I'll start getting the reputation of, okay, this guy, we can trust him, etc., etc. Store owners will start to approach me for certain things, etc. So then, you can build your way up to that. And then when COVID happened, everything went online, and that's when like things just went crazy because you can now, we had developed a system where we can buy these trainers online now rather than me sleeping outside. So, and that's when things just went crazy.
You know, you mentioned a couple of times that you do people. How many people do you have working for you now?
Wow. I don't do the sleeping outside the stores anymore. They've actually stopped that because of safety concerns. Yeah. So we've moved everything online now. Okay. But at the peak of it, I had at least 80 people in some of the drops that would be there, queuing up for me, waiting for trainers.
Okay, so the moment they get it, they bring it to you.
Yeah,
you give them a percentage.
Exactly.
Their business is done. Now you do your reselling.
Yeah. So even the BBC episode was literally them showcasing how that whole system works. So you'd see on the episode all the guys who were working for me, like how I'm giving them the money, the trust that we have with each other, etc. How I hired sub-team leaders to manage the people because I can't manage all 80 people myself. So I'd hired like 3-4 people to manage everyone else, and then they'll deal with them, giving them the money, etc. They go into the stores, make sure that no one runs away because some things like that do happen, unfortunately. But yeah, alhamdulillah, most of them come outside, they give me the trainers, I'll pay them what we agreed on, and then I'll take the trainers and do whatever I usually do with it.
Now that the business is 5 years old and it's bigger than ever, do you have, outside of online stores, do you have like a storage space?
Yes, so like alhamdulillah, like about a year and a half ago, I received an investment from a investment company.
Nice.
So that's when, after the BBC happened, that happened. So you know, it opened a lot of doors. So things like that happened. So with that, we had a warehouse space now. We have staff working in there. We have like teams that take care of social media. They take care of like the returns or anything like that. So yeah, so we have the big warehouse space to do everything that we need. Yeah.
Now that, I mean, that's one business that's doing well. Is there anything else that you have your hands dipped in that you're looking at expanding outside of the sneakers?
Yeah, so I actually went into property about a year and a half ago now. I went into property. I started doing with my business partner who I'd done trainers with. We decided to go into property together.
Nice.
So we started doing new builds in England.
Okay.
So like building houses from scratch, and it was probably the biggest challenge I've ever took part in because a young guy trying to usually you'd have developers who are way older than us.
Yes.
Way older than us, AAA ages maybe. So it was not an easy industry to go into, but we just literally finished our first 2 developments and sold them. So yeah, so I'm very happy about that.
And properties is always a good idea. I always say this. I think properties, it doesn't matter what part of the world you're from, it is always a good, people are always looking for
properties. Yeah, exactly. So, and we've done it in Cambridge in England, which is a very popular place because of the university, etc. And the prices are very, very good.
Very, very good.
So yeah, it's a good challenge, and it was I enjoyed it because I was there for most of the time from before they even started the foundation to when it was done, and then selling off the trainers. Very hands-on. Okay. Yeah, very hands-on because we had to be, because we couldn't exactly afford not to understand what was going on if we wanted to take the business seriously. So we had to be very hands-on. It was very gruesome, but once it's done and you see what you have built and the amount of time it took for it to be there, it's something that's very like it's overwhelming in a sense, but it's also like you look at it like, wow, I did that in a way, like can't believe I did that. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Now, I mean, the sneakers business, right? What are some of your experiences that you feel like these were such challenges, but I'm glad they happened because now I am in this position, or now I know better? What were some of your challenges?
One of the challenges I faced was actually making it a sustainable business because it's so casual. Even when I told my parents about it, or when they found out about it, not many took it seriously. It was just, it seemed like a hobby. So like coming to my parents telling them I want to sell shoes for a living instead of doing biomedical science or being a doctor, it's like, are you crazy? No chance.
After all this money we've spent.
Exactly. All the sacrifices they've made, all the money they've spent, etc. to get me to where they are and where I am. And I'm turning around telling them I want to sell shoes for a living. So it doesn't make sense. And it was the biggest challenge, actually trying to convince people that this is a real business. It's a real business, and you shouldn't look at the concept of, oh, he's selling shoes, right? And the way I overcame that challenge was the numbers were starting to really pick up, right? And it was like the things I was able to do, provide for people, etc. Like the things like that I would have never imagined me doing at the age of like 23, 24. Things being born in Gambia, especially, like, you know, with when things like that happen, and then when my family saw me on TV and the BBC, they were like, oh, okay, maybe we should listen to him. So my dad was like, you know, you have 1 year to to do your business and let's see how that goes. And when the BBC thing came out, he started to become my biggest fan.
Oh.
He's starting to ask me questions about it. You know, how much does this pair go for? Blah blah blah,
so
etc.
nice.
You know, things like that. So, yeah. So now, alhamdulillah, they don't even care about my degree. I graduated, by the way, so I got my biomed degree, but they don't care about it at all. Like, I don't even know where it is, but it's probably
But
not.
isn't that such a refreshing feeling?
Yeah.
I mean, coming from especially Gambia, and I keep saying this, I think all African parents come from the same platform.
Yes, I believe that too.
I 100%, they're so fixated on these white collar jobs and white collar degrees that when you come on now as a creative or whatever and tell them this is what you're doing, they always look at you like, are you crazy?
It was a battle, it was a challenge, to be very honest, because I feel like it's more of a safety net thing, you know, like they've had to sacrifice a lot to be where they are, so they don't want that to be a waste. They need security and certainty that, you know, like at least if you get a job, then you know what you're getting every single month, etc. You know, you have your base, etc. They're like, okay, we're happy with that. So when you tell them, actually, I want to start my own business, like that's a bit risky. Actually, it probably won't work out. It might not work out, and then you know you've wasted a lot of time, etc. All these kind of things. So I feel like that's the mindset, and I do speak to my parents about that. I feel like I've told them now that that can hold people back a little bit.
Absolutely.
Because if I had taken the path of biomed, don't get it wrong, there's a very, very good degree.
Okay.
But there would no way in hell I'd be where I am now with whatever I'd be earning from that kind of job at this stage. No way. Maybe in about 20 years if I was a doctor or something. Yeah, then maybe I would equate to that. But I'll be honest, even what doctors take home in the UK, I would say I'm doing very well.
Way better than that.
To be honest, yeah. So
I like that.
So yeah,
we'll go with our first break. When we're back, more with Moddz.
Thank you very much.
On the beat, Wingcraft.
Enjoy spending time online with your friends on social media? If so, then Africell has the best offer for you. Activate the social media bundle for $10 is only and enjoy 40 megabytes valid for 24 hours. WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, and Viber all for $10 is only. Dial 120# and press 3 to activate the social media bundle. No need to subscribe every day. It will automatically roll over for your enjoyment. Africell social media bundle. Let us socialize.
Welcome back after that break. A massive thank you to iNet and Africell Gambia Limited. Thank you so very much. Thank you to Kalimba and thank you to Lilio for this beautiful, beautiful two-piece. I really love it. This is my kind of style, so Lilio gets it. Remember, at Lilio.designs on Instagram, follow and really get the business because quality designs. But I have Moddz here, aka Moddz, and I would like to call you the king of trainers.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Because your journey is nothing short of amazing. And you know, I always say this, it's just being in the right place, having a passion for something, and God saying it's your time is such an important thing. When you look at Gambia and you look at the UK, and then you look at your business and how well and how fast it has grown, what would be one thing you wish Gambia had to help the youths here?
That's a good question.
Oh, thank you.
That's a really good question. I really need to think about that. I would say just opportunity for more. You know, I feel like here, even whether it's sports or education, we have so much raw talent here. Yeah. Like, there's so much raw talent. I walk around here, watch kids play football. Yep. Honestly, because I've had a football background. A lot of my friends are professional footballers in the Premier League, etc. So, like, I look at these kids play football, I'm like, you honestly could do very well in the UK or something, you know, but there's just no exposure. So I feel like if there was a lot more exposure, because we have so much talent here. You walk around and you see people outside. We ain't got too much. We're not financially like the best, but we look so happy, and we're doing great things that are like talent-wise. It's just so raw. So I wish there was a lot more exposure to that. Something where like we can create more opportunities and doors for people who are like creative or like talented at certain sports, etc., to be seen, because there's so much talent here. You can see it every day when you walk outside. Just watching kids play football in the field with no boots on, whatever, but you can still see the talent. And it's like,
you know what? I wish you were here in a rainy season.
Really?
And then you see when the rains just stop and the kids decide to come out and play. I feel like, I don't know, for some weird reason, when people are like playing football and it's raining, I feel like that's when I see the talent. It's such a weird.
Okay, maybe because it's more challenging. So
so you really see them really giving everything out there. So, but that's good. That's really important. I like that. Moving on from doing trainers to now properties, is there anything else that you look at that you feel like this would be my next step?
It's actually Gambia. I usually come here just for a holiday, honestly. Until last year, when I started to dabble into a few things, a few business opportunities opened up here, and started to invest into apartments and stuff like that. I'm doing a build as well in Brooklyn for my parents. So things like that. So I was just like, there's a lot of opportunity here, and there's a lot of things untapped that I can actually tap into here. So that's why I'm actually here for so long at the moment, because I'm like working on a few things here and opportunities that I feel like I can actually contribute to, and I can do amazing things here. So here's definitely my next move. I can't reveal too much, but it's coming.
No. Keep it as a surprise, because then I'll bring you here for a part 2.
But fantastic, it's coming. It's coming very soon as well.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what that would be like for you and what your next step is, because truly, really and truly, I'm very impressed. When I was told about your business and I looked it up a little bit, I was like, wow, okay, this would be such an interesting conversation, just to like see the progress and the growth. Do you have any plans of saying, you know what, I know you don't have a physical store, but do you have any plans of maybe introducing it here? And do you have a name for your company?
Yes, the company name is Elusive. It's been running for a while.
Elusive.
Yeah.
Why?
Elusive.
How did you get that name?
It's actually not my name. I didn't come up with it.
Who came up with it?
My business partners came up with it. I was more focused on digits and running the business, etc. We have people who are creative that do these things, and I heard it. I was like, I like it. It was just one of those ones. It just works. I liked it. In terms of bringing the business over here, I've actually been asked many times by the musicians here, because they're into all their fashion and etc. I've had the big musicians here approach me like, why don't you open a store here, etc. The reason I haven't done it is because, unfortunately, the stuff I sell are all authentic, etc. Like the real authentic stuff, etc. Right, and the price that I have to sell these trainers at, it wouldn't financially make sense for me to bring it and introduce it here, because it would be too expensive for majority of people to pay for shoes. You know what I'm saying? We have bigger problems than buying shoes. I'm not saying that people can't afford it here. There are people here that most definitely will spend the money and get it, but for me to sustain the business, I'd have to sell a lot of trainers. So for instance, a day I can sell about 100 pairs of trainers, and that sustains my business and the things that I need to do. If I was to bring that here, for instance, just an example of the trainers I'm wearing, these cost £1,600. I don't see me selling many of these here. There might be a couple of people that buy them, or a few people that buy them, but for me to sustain the business, I need to sell a lot of these. So that's the reason why. And also in Gambia, you have a lot of the good quality replicas that come from Turkey and China, etc. And I feel like that works perfectly, because the price is a lot cheaper and it still looks good. And it's perfect here. So that's the reason why I haven't done it, because I wouldn't be able to go into the replica business here, because I'm known for doing the real stuff over there. It would be a contradiction to my brand, and I wouldn't be able to do it. And I couldn't bring the real stuff here, because maybe there is a market I haven't thought about, but the way I see Gambia, I don't see it being sustainable.
And you know what? I actually believe that, because, and that's not even just, like you said, there will be people that will be able to afford it, but not to the level you would want, that you're used to be able to make the money you make.
Exactly. I sell thousands of trainers a year. And like the cheapest pair of trainers I sell honestly costs £200. So if you convert that into dollars,
£200 right now is about 15,000.
Yeah. So if you see, that's the cheapest pair of trainers I will sell on my website. So if I was to tell a Gambian person to spend $15,000 on shoes, a lot of us have exactly, you know, exactly, keep it, things like that. It's like we have bigger things to worry about. I feel like, you know, and also I wouldn't feel like it's the best thing for me to push that onto people. You know, I feel like, you know, we have, like I keep saying, we have bigger issues than bigger fish to fry than trying to wear $15,000 suit trainers. I know I do it, but it's because I'm doing it over there, and also I have to wear my brand.
And that's the market for it.
Yeah, that's the market for it.
That's a nation that has the money, and has people that have
that. Exactly. That
willing,
kind of
money that are willing to buy.
Willing to do. Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense. Looking at your social media, you love traveling.
Oh yeah.
You love traveling. Yeah. I was like, oh wow, he really travels.
Yes. No, I don't waste time with that.
No. At all?
No, not at all, no.
Where would you say is your favorite location?
Besides Gambia, honestly, I've been to a lot of places. Wow, it's hard to think. I would say I love Dubai because it's the place I've been to the most. I have to say that.
You know what? I
usually don't repeat destinations apart from Gambia, but besides that, Dubai is the one I've been over like 10 times. So it's so it's one of the ones that I just keep going back to.
Why?
First of all, it's a Muslim country. Second of all, it's safe.
Okay.
So the things I like to do are not, and the things I like to wear, etc. Sometimes jewelry, etc. You can't really walk around in London with some of these things. You'd be easy target.
You'd be a target.
Whereas Dubai, I don't worry at all. I can have anything on me. I wouldn't really worry at all.
Okay.
It's so safe. And also, I just like the weather's nice.
Okay.
The food is amazing.
Okay.
Like, you know, and I like architecture, and it's amazing for architecture. It's beautiful. So that's the main reason why I love Dubai. But there's a lot of good places I've been to, Greece, etc.
That you like as well.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Outside of work and traveling, what is something that you're really passionate about that maybe people don't know? Like, it's a hobby, but people don't know yet.
Traveling definitely is one, but you have to pick something else.
Something else that you do enjoy outside of traveling.
I enjoy good company.
Okay.
And I don't mean necessarily just good company and let's just go out and talk about anything, but like good company with people that are doing things that I'm not doing in other industries, you know, etc. So I enjoy that a lot. Even here, I'll meet people who are doing different things to anything that I'm doing, and I'll just be engaged, you know. It's like, okay, this is interesting.
So you like learning?
I like learning outside my industry.
Outside your industry.
Yeah, because then I can feel like, okay, there's way bigger things outside what I'm doing, because I feel like you can't limit yourself to just what you do. There's so much more out there.
So when it comes to your industry and how people are so in it, would you say that there are more young people in there now than older people, or?
Yeah, the industry is quite young because of for the interest in trainers generally has to be for people that would wear them. So it's generally more young people, but the industry is worth billions of pounds. So it's broad.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd have people that are like in the 50s, 60s that are into the.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. I know a couple of store owners that are like in their 50s.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a broad business, but majority it's the younger generation for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's good. Now, let's get into a little bit about the man.
Sure.
Yeah. You're young. You're good looking. You dress well.
Thank you.
You have a successful business. What's that like for the opposite gender?
I mean, yeah, it comes with a lot of pressure, to be very honest. Yeah, it comes with a lot of pressure. It comes with a lot of expectations. A lot of doors are open for me. I can provide a lot. So, but I'll be honest. I've been very focused with one person even before my business started. So it was probably the best thing to happen because I didn't have these distractions. I feel like a lot of us young have these distractions anyway. So if I had had these distractions when I was trying to build my business, I don't think I'd get to where I am.
To where you are.
So I'm very thankful to be in that situation because it made me focus on just business,
because
that
part of it was well and
taken care of, etc. But once the money did start rolling in, I'll be honest, there was a lot of pressure from other things, etc. But yeah, I just thank God that it happened this way because I don't think without it or that person in particular I would be where I am. Yeah, there was a lot of support there as well. So,
that's so nice.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my answer to that.
So are you in love? I mean, you've been in it for a while.
Of course.
You're in love?
Yes.
Happy?
Happy. Yes.
I like that. I like that. You know, I like it when a man is like very proud of his woman. It makes me happy because our generation is so sad nowadays, unfortunately, when it comes to like the union of a man and a woman, that when a man is in love or takes care of their significant other, it is looked down upon, unfortunately, in a lot of setups. You know, not very rarely would you see a group of men that are openly okay with showing love, being there, and saying everything you've just said about your partner. And I think that's a very beautiful thing. And it's like my admiration for you has just gone up because it's really nice. And people would tell you, some of my friends would say you should have a love show. I can tell. I can tell straight away. Advocate for like just love because it's beautiful to see. Now, what kind of man are you? Would you say you're a romantic man?
Yes, I can be very romantic.
You can be very romantic. So what's one romantic thing that you've done that you feel like, you know what? I know I've done a couple of things, but this one?
Probably because I took her to Paris on a private jet on a birthday. That was quite a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal because I feel like when it comes to traveling, because I'm from here and I'd never stepped onto a plane until I was about 11 years old. Yeah. I felt like once I started having the funds to do this, it was just like the world is my oyster. I want to do everything I never thought I could do. Yes. And telling me that I could be on a private jet or something like that was like, it's unheard of. I don't think anyone thinks about that when you're born here, etc. So it was, I could do it. Let me make it happen for this person and myself as well. So that's
sure. How was that reception?
It was fantastic. It wasn't my first time, but it was hers. So it was fantastic. It was something that that I'm sure that we'll both remember for the rest of our lives. Yeah,
that is so sweet.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was really good. Yeah.
So how long have you guys been together now?
About 6. We actually met in Gambia, so.
What? Is she Gambian?
Yeah, half. So yeah, about 6 years now, I'd say.
Do I get a name?
No.
You know, I'm pushing it, huh? It would have been nice to get a name. But I'm very happy to hear that. That's such a beautiful, beautiful experience for both of you. So that's sweet.
Thank you.
That's very sweet. Now that we've talked a little bit about the man, and in love and everything, what would you say would be your dream, let's say dream house? Now that you're in real estate, you're in like properties, where would you say would be your, because I know it's Gambia. I feel like Gambia would be your dream home and everything. But what would you say would be your dream life in Gambia?
In Gambia?
Yes.
I would honestly say I'm not sure this is going to be a popular opinion, but I'm not a big fan of big houses. Okay. I'm an apartment type of guy, like luxury apartments, etc. I prefer the safety, etc. elements of it, and I prefer having amenities in my apartments that I wouldn't probably have in a big house, or it's a lot harder to get in a big house.
Like what?
And for instance, my apartment in London is probably one of the most luxurious places I could live in London, and it's like I've got the views of the waters, the buildings. I've got a swimming pool, I've got a cinema at my house, I've got a bar upstairs, I've got a jacuzzi, I've got everything. I've got a full spa, I've got everything that I would need. So like I come back from a long day, I could do everything I need. I could go to the gym, relax, I can have a spa day, massage, etc. just downstairs if I want to go to cinema and relax. So things like that, it's like a dream. I never thought I could put myself in a position like that, you know what I'm saying? And also I'm surrounded by other people in the building who obviously, if you live there already, you must have some kind of.
Yes.
So it's like it's a networking opportunity. Whereas if I had a big house, it would just be me and my family, etc. And I'm not in a position where I want to just close opportunities. I'm still very young. I want to meet people who are way more successful than me, etc. So being in apartments and stuff like that, especially luxury apartments, you know that anyone else that can afford to be here must be doing something interesting at least. So it's like it can broaden your opportunities for sure, because you see people in the gym, in the pool, etc. You start to make friends. What do you do? I do this, I do that, etc. You start to make connections, so etc. So yeah, that's what I prefer, and also the safety of apartments. I think I mentioned that already. So like you can know where I live, but it's harder to know which apartment number, etc. etc. Whereas if you know that's my house, then you can easily target it. Yeah, but maybe when I'm a lot older, I'll prefer to have my own. Big house, etc. I'm building for my parents, and it's a big house, and they'll love it for sure. But I wouldn't live there. I've got my apartments coming in Coral all the time, so that's where I would be based. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have any other siblings?
I have a younger brother.
Just two of you?
Just two of us. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So, you know, you've got the lady, you've got the thriving career, mashallah. And it would be very un-Gambian of me if I don't ask about marriage.
Okay, this is where we're going. Sure. Let me have a sip of my drink.
Yes, have a sip, because this is called Sip and Chat. But do you get the pressure of that, you know, in all honesty? Do you get the pressure of
Every day, yeah.
that? From your parents?
Not necessarily pressure from my parents. I feel like, I think, thank God, because I'm in a position where I'm like the alpha in like, even my family life, the provider. I don't have people pressuring me, pushing me to do things too much, because, you know, I'm the guy, you know, to kind of look up to, not to be too big-headed or whatever, but usually, so it's like, I can control that, but you'll never be too big for your parents, you know.
Absolutely
so if they want you to do something, they'll let you know for sure. They'll mind you anyway. So yeah, there's more pressure there from my mum than my dad.
Absolutely, I'm sure she wants little grandkids.
Yeah, etc. Yeah, so like things like that. But for me, it's always just, you know, everything in my own timing, and I've always done that in everything I've done so far.
And it's worked out for you.
And it's worked out for me, and it's like, you know, in my own timing, I'll do this, you know, in my own timing, I'll move out, etc. And it's like, when I feel it's time, I don't know if it's a telepathic thing, but when I feel like something is now, it just comes to me naturally. And then I just do that. So I don't really worry too much about, oh, my cousins are married or my friends are married, etc.
So you're more, I think that also comes with self-awareness and knowing
who you are. Yeah.
So you're not swayed.
Yeah, exactly. I'll go to weddings when my cousins are getting married and everyone's looking at me like, when are you getting married? And I will handle it so well because I know myself. Like, you know, I'm confident, I'm comfortable where I am, etc. Like, we're taking our time. You know, we'll do it when we're ready. Not because everyone else is doing it or they're saying this is the time to do it. So. And
I think just knowing that about yourself and having that confidence takes you so far in everything you do, because when you're working and you know, I don't know how to explain it, when someone's in tune with what they do, you always know when it's right or something. It could be perfect in the eyes of everyone else,
but it could not, exactly.
But for you, it's like there's something missing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and people might not understand, and not everyone gets that.
Yeah.
But I think just having that in yourself and knowing that about yourself would really take you far.
Yeah.
And I like that you're able to handle that.
Yeah.
Because one thing about Gambia, they will ask you.
They definitely ask. But yeah, I handle it very well, and also they try not to, you know, make me uncomfortable too much, you know, because like they know that like I'm very reserved in things like that. I'm very open when it comes to I'm a big extrovert when it comes to like businesses, travel, things that I like to do. Yeah, you can find that over on the internet.
Yeah.
But
your
like personal life, people know that like I don't talk about that too much, and I just give what I like to give.
Well, I'm glad you're giving me a little bit.
Yeah, I had to. You know, it's a pleasure to be here, so why not? Yeah.
I'm glad. Well, you know, right before I go for the second break, everyone knows I'm such a zodiac girl. What is your star sign? When were you born? What's your birthday?
October 11th, but I actually don't believe in these.
You don't? Well, most men don't. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't believe in these.
You're a Libra?
Yeah, I'm a Libra, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know too much about it, unfortunately, but I'm a Libra. Yeah,
I'll tell you right after the break.
Okay,
we'll go with our second break when we're back. More with Moddz.
On the beat, Wingcraft.
Spending time online with your friends on social media? If so, then AfriCell has the best offer for you. Activate the social media bundle for $10 is only and enjoy 40 megabytes valid for 24 hours. WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, and Viber all for $10 is only. Dial 120# and press 3 to activate the social media bundle. No need to subscribe every day. It will automatically roll over for your enjoyment. AfriCell social media bundle. Let us socialize.
Welcome back, after that break, a massive thank you to AfriCell Gambia Limited, INET, and Lilio, as well as Kalimba. Thank you, and I have Mondame aka Moddz here with me. Thank you so much. I think we've been having such a great conversation.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it.
You know, we're talking about the usual conversation when it comes to men with marriage and stuff like that. And I like how you've been handling it, and I like how you break it down for me to understand and everyone else. Now, moving from that, we're coming to a segment that I'm very passionate about, which is the mental health segment. And we know that in a society, especially African societies, men are not looked at when we talk about mental health. It's usually, oh my God, she's going through this, which is valid. But I feel like a lot of men go through stuff that they don't talk about because maybe because they feel like, oh, I'm a man, I'm supposed to be macho, you know, or I'm not supposed to show this because if I do, it's a sign of weakness. What is your take on that?
Yeah, I agree.
And I'll come back to the Libra. I'll tell you what your Libra styles are.
Cool.
But yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm with you on that for sure. It's the same in the UK. It's like, you know, you have to put up an image that, you know, you can handle anything that comes your way, or you can't show any signs of weaknesses, etc. And in business, there's so many challenges that come your way that you deal with, that, you know, mentally you do get challenged. So just having your ways of letting go of things, stress-wise, de-stressing, etc., things like that, that can really help people. Well, I'll speak for myself, it really helped me. But yeah, I've had challenges that people don't know about, for sure, 100%.
Do you want to share for
yeah, I can. Like,
yes,
once I was in uni trying to do this business, it was just like a lot of fatigue, trying to run the business, trying to, you know, stay outside of stores, etc., and then go into my lectures in the morning, etc., was exhausting. So like mentally, it would be very, very challenging, and like also loneliness, because I would be missing out a lot on like the things on life and the things that people in uni were actually doing. Because I jumped into the business quite quickly once I was in university, so I was missing out on a lot, and I made a lot of sacrifices. I'm not saying I didn't go out at all. I did. I did enjoy myself as well, but not as much as I could have, and I was missing out on a lot of people doing things together, and I wasn't there, etc., etc. But mentally as a whole, I've been very good, alhamdulillah, I must say. But I do have moments where, you know, it's like, okay, I need a break from things, etc. You know, I'm a bit low today, I'm a bit low, and it's very normal. Like, I'll always be there to speak about anything that I feel like could be seen as weak, but I wouldn't say it's weak, because I know myself, I know what I bring to the table, etc. So if I can show that, okay, you can have a down moment, then some kid might see that and be like, you know what,
it's okay. It's life.
Yeah, etc. So
when you're in those moments, is there someone? Do you have a go-to person to talk to?
My partner's always been like, you know what I'm saying? It was literally that. We're like more friends than anything. It's just like that's I can say anything to that person, etc. So that's the one thing that the relationship is based on.
Okay.
I wouldn't say much about parents. I think it's so hard. I've never been able to, with Gambian, I don't know if it's the Gambian thing, but it's never ever really been.
I think it's an African thing in general.
You reckon? Yeah, it could be. I'm just thinking about it now. I can't remember ever. My mum would always ask me, "You okay?" etc. For sure. Like, don't get that wrong. But I don't know. I wouldn't feel too comfortable. I'm not really that into that side of the relationship with my parents. Have that kind of conversation with them. There's nothing wrong with that. I've got my outlets for sure. So I wouldn't need that outlet. So, but I wish that you could just freely do that with everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's so sad because in Africa, I think it has a lot to do with the way we're raised.
Yeah, it could be.
We're raised to, you know, respect, obey, and up to a point, be scared, fear our parents a little bit. So the more you get older and the more you're exposed, it's harder to come back to something you fear. You know, and respect and love still, but to go back there and be like, you know what, today this is how I feel. Because unfortunately, we've seen when people really are in a vulnerable state and they try to talk to people, they get shut out. And it's like, wow, if that's the case, then let me just keep everything to myself. And I'm glad that you are one person that, you know, you actually speak out on stuff when you're not feeling your best. And I think more of the men need to do this.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. It's okay not to be okay, as everyone says. I think it's also easier said than done. You know, like you definitely need to see someone else do it, and then, you know, if you can relate to that person, and then you can also kind of, you know, have the confidence, because people are different. I'm a very confident person. I always have been.
Yes.
So it's easier for me to, you know, to sometimes say things, whereas someone who might be a lot less confident and a lot less outgoing might suffer a lot more than I would suffer, even if it's the same scenario and the same situation. But the more people see it, the more people see other people do it, especially if they look up to you. And luckily for me, a lot of kids do look up to me and stuff like that. So if I can show them, oh, I'm successful, I've got all these things, but actually there are a lot of days where I'm like, you know what, I'm not up to scratch. There's times I get actually business anxious, and I'm like,
really?
Yeah, honestly, people think that like, oh, I've got to this far now, everything's sweet and fantastic, but actually I get anxious. Oh, what's next? Like, you know, should I actually, is this enough? Should I go for more? Where is the more? Like, you know, things like that.
What am I going to do next?
What am I going to do next? It's like, you know, that kind of thing is what gets to me a lot. It's like, it's never enough sort of thing. You know what I mean? It's like, where is the next track coming from? Like, okay, if this stops running today, how am I
surviving?
Yeah, you know,
what am I going to do? How am I going to survive?
Exactly.
And it's so crazy because myself, people my age, people, you know, I feel like our generation suffers a lot from anxiety.
Yes, and it's all to do with social media as well. It's just there because I reckon we all do it in a way where you look at someone your age and you look at them, you don't want to, but you kind of compare yourself. Okay, this guy's 21 or 22 and I'm 21, 22, and then
they're doing
this, and then I'm not there yet, or well, you think they're doing that. You never know, really, to be honest.
Because everything is a facade now.
Yeah, everything is a facade. You can do things that you're not really doing. So and then people look at that and it looks all amazing and stuff, and then you might start to feel low in yourself and stuff. And I'll be honest with you, some people have actually messaged me saying that while looking at your photos, your lifestyle and things like that, it like makes me feel like I'm not doing enough. And I feel guilty sometimes because I'm like, I'm projecting my happy moments and my good things that I would never stop, because for me it's a dream to be where I am, honestly. I was born here, I was raised here, I know what I had here, etc. And even when we went, we were never rich. We were never poor, to be honest, but we were always just okay. But like, doing what I'm doing, there was no way in hell I would have thought that I could do that, and let alone provide for myself, doing like not someone else giving it to me. So I would always want to put it out there because I feel like it's a testimony and it's more positive, but there are some negative aspects of it as well. I know for sure some people might look at it and be like, wow, why am I not doing this? Or like, you know, I feel down looking at this kind of stuff, etc. But the reason why I keep doing it is because I feel like the positives definitely outweigh the negatives, and you can't always stop every negative. So I just take homage in the fact that a lot of people message me more positively than the negative side aspects of it.
And I think I understand what you mean when you say this is not where you come from, and to be in this position is, you know, it's a privilege and a blessing. Because it really is to know what life is like in the Gambia, to go to England, to be where you are today. I think in not so many words what you're trying to say is more so like, this is not me showing off, this is me telling you if I can do it, you can do it too.
It's so hard sometimes because even me, I'll take a look at some of the photos, like, okay, if someone didn't know me at all, they've never spoke to me, they don't know what I'm like as a person, they'll think, okay, this guy just looks like a show-off or he's arrogant, etc., etc. It's only when people meet me and they realize like, I've got time for everybody, and I'm like a clown. I'm literally like a clown. I can mingle with anyone, any class, no matter what. I will always still want to have the nicer things, because for me that's just the things I enjoy, and I've worked really hard to have the things I do have. So even if it's like, oh, I'm wearing really expensive things, etc., I wouldn't feel a certain way of like, oh, I can't wear this because people might. I'll still do it because I know deep down that only matters to me. I don't care if someone else wears nice things or not. I wouldn't treat you based on what you're wearing, etc. But I like to look good. I like to wear certain things. Yes, designers and all these kind of things, like expensive watches.
I mean, you have an Ashlocks.
Yeah.
And Palm Angels.
Yes. There
and Nike.
Yes. So like, I like to definitely present my way in a way that like I feel comfortable, and this is what I enjoy doing. But it's not a way that I feel like
showing off.
I showing off or anything. This is just literally just the things that I enjoy doing, and it's not harming anyone else. And I don't judge people who have less or wear less or don't wear designer or whatever, because wearing designer doesn't mean you have money, to be honest, because I know a lot of rich men who don't have a single piece of designer.
Don't get me started.
A lot. Yeah, but I also know guys that have a lot less and wear a lot of designer, etc. So it's just do what makes you happy. For sure, because I live on that. if I want to buy a car and it's really expensive, me and my dad always clash on this because I love cars.
Yeah.
Like I grew up playing like GTA and stuff like that here.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto.
Like, yeah, here.
Yeah, same.
Here.
Yeah,
my mum bought me a PlayStation 2 while I was living here playing these. So now being able to buy myself a supercar or like etc. Like, you know, I went and did that, and then I went and parked outside my dad's house, and I didn't tell him I bought the car, but he walked outside, he walked straight back in and said, "Is that car outside yours?" And I was like, "No, Daddy, it's not me." And then he looked at it again and it's like, "That's your car, it has to be." It's like, he returned that. So it's like, you know, but for me, it's like, I do these things because it's like, wow, I can't, the things that I would have never thought I could do, like, I'm doing that, and it's just like, I couldn't care less. I could be in my friend's car and it could be a beat down, like anything, and I wouldn't change.
The clothes don't make you.
No, they don't at all. No, they don't. And also, it's good for my business. It's good for my brand because I have to look like what I'm selling, because I sell expensive trainers and that you have to accessorize. So if you went into the Apple store, you're gonna have to see people using the Apple iPhones. You can't. Yeah, they won't be using something else. So.
You spoke about anxiety being one of your main battles.
Yeah.
You know, how do you tackle that?
I love spas. I love working out, etc. And also traveling is a big outlet for me. I love to just take myself out of a situation and the freedom to do it. I think the thing with traveling for me is not even just seeing nice places. It's the fact that I know I can do it. So if tomorrow I don't feel like being where I am, I'll just change the scenario. I'll just change the weather, etc. And it might sound very like big-headed, but it's just the fact that if I'm not happy in England tomorrow with the weather, I'll just change somewhere else. And then as soon as I'm there, it's like I see different people, my mood is shifted, I'm a lot happier, sort of thing, etc. And also I miss back home when I'm somewhere else and I miss my apartment or something. I go back and I feel happy again, etc. That sort of thing.
So the location helps.
Yeah. So when it comes to anxiety, just like switching locations to me helps a lot. So yeah, I would say traveling really helps with that.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. I'm always eager to listen to men and their battles or journeys with mental health, because it's something that we don't really talk about as much.
Yeah,
you know. So having you share that is, I'm really appreciative of it. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Now we'll be right back, because next is Never Have I Ever.
On the beat, Wingcraft.
Spending time online with your friends on social media? If so, then AfriCell has the best offer for you. Activate the social media bundle for $10 is only and enjoy 40 megabytes valid for 24 hours. WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, and Viber all for $10 is only. Dial 120# and press 3 to activate the social media bundle. No need to subscribe every day. It will automatically roll over for your enjoyment. AfriCell social media bundle. Let us socialize.
Welcome back, and we're entering one of the people's favorites, okay? Mine as well, but you know, I have to give it to you guys. The Never Have I Ever segment. And you know, Moddz was like, "You gonna tell me?" No. Nobody gets to know. But I think I'm gonna, you know, we'll see how it goes.
Okay, sure.
So this is the game. It's simple. I ask you a question. If you have, you take a sip. If you haven't, you don't take a sip.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if I ask you, never have I ever cheated and lied about it.
Okay.
Have you? No, that's a real question.
Oh, that's what? So I have to.
Never have I ever cheated and lied about it.
So I don't take a sip.
So if you have, you do I have.
Okay.
If you haven't, you said I have never.
Okay.
So if you have, you take a sip.
Okay, so if I'll go like this and then take a sip.
You'll go like that and then take a sip.
Okay.
And then I might probe you a little bit about it.
Okay, sure.
Okay, we ready?
Okay, got it.
Okay, let's go again. Never have I ever lied and cheated and lied about it. You've never?
Never.
Are you sure?
Guaranteed.
Okay. Never have I ever stalked someone on social media.
Stalk someone? Oh.
You have?
Oh yeah, I done it like 10 minutes ago.
Who did you stalk?
You.
Oh, that's not juicy. Oh, I have.
You have?
Yes,
Oh, you're part of the game as well?
Yes, of course.
You didn't answer the first one though.
I mean, I said I have never.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. I'm too much of a lover girl to cheat.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
So never have I ever been with two people at the same time. Why are you looking at what I'm doing?
This, I have never. Not at the same time.
You know what I mean?
When I was younger, I don't know, I can't remember.
That's convenient.
It's a Playboy in primary school.
Okay. Never have I ever.
I'm not prepared for this.
That's why it's fun.
There you go.
Because I feel like I've been very lenient with you.
This is lenient?
What?
This is not lenient.
I haven't even asked you crazy questions.
Really?
I probably have one crazy question for you, but you never know. Never have I ever been a part of the my high club.
No, I never have.
No. Even in the private jet with you. No.
No, it was too short. It was 40 minutes.
A lot can happen in 40 minutes.
A lot can happen in 40 minutes, but when it's especially someone's first time, that's not the first thing you think about.
Right, because they're like...
looking at, okay, right, well, this is nice, snaps, whatever, etc. By the time you know, you've landed, so there you go.
Okay. Never have I ever lied to my partner.
Oh.
You want to tell me what the lie was about?
What? It's been many times.
Oh.
Where are you?
It's been many times. Oh, okay.
I'm here, but actually, no, I'm over there with my boys.
Like, what's that? What's that lie like? Is it like...
It's not really a lie for me. It's just avoiding situations. That's what I call it.
Is it like you went somewhere?
Yeah, like, you know how women are. You say you're here with this and then, oh my God, okay, let me see who you with, blah, blah. So I just avoid, I see things in the future and I just avoid it.
Okay then.
There you go, yeah.
Okay, see ya.
From experience. Okay. I know from experience, okay, it's better not to put some doubt in her mind, etc.
Yeah, because the overthinking is crazy.
Etc. Especially when I know there's nothing at all, but like it could seem like it, I just, There you go.
Basically, the lie is to, I don't even want to say
it's to protect, yes.
I don't even want to say that.
Sounds awful, but
it does.
It's true,
really
and I'm going to stand by it.
So you lie to protect?
Yes, I do it happily. I'm sorry,
but I think that wraps up the segment. See, I was quite lenient with you.
Okay, fine. I'll
it's not bad. It's not bad. I've not asked you if you've been in a threesome.
Oh my God, can we cut?
See?
I'll tell your camera.
See. But thank you so very much for being on Sip and Chat. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you.
And you've been such a great sport, so thank you.
Thank you.
Anything last before we wrap up?
Nah, I'm good.
No, you're good.
That was so good.
Thank you guys so very much for being with me on this segment. Please, I will put his Instagram here. And this is a young entrepreneur and a young businessman. And it makes me so happy that he is Gambian and he's doing so well, So support Gambians, support Gambian, because that is the way forward. And the younger generation is really, really about the money. And maybe it's not in the old ways, but really in the new ways. So let us learn to embrace new things, especially if we don't understand them. Let us take the time out to learn. Thank you so very much. Peace, love, and cha-ching, cha-ching. Bye.